You were actually been placed in that studio. You are the VR person walking through the 8th floor of 30 Rockefeller.
The way Jason directed these scenes is he had the actors all stay in character the whole time. And so there's all these little things happening that sometimes Jason didn't even know about. We would solo a microphone and he goes, "That's what they're saying back there?"
In 88 minutes.
Oh my God.
Have you tested the quality of the sound system?
No, I haven't.
Because the speakers look left over from Arturo Toscanini.
I'm here. That's not really my job. Well, could you order more lights? This your car. How do you do that?
He's a fucking magician, no nuts.
Hey, Neil. You gotta be right by my side, man. Locked to my hip. Remember, when you're here, you're not my cousin. You're my executive assistant. You're important.
Really? Like in the credits?
Well, no, but you and I will
in
know.
the control room.
Okay.
We had about 24 mics, I think, for this one going. And also the ambisonic mics that Lee was referencing, we had those as well anytime they went into Studio 8H. Basically, it was, again, just unearthing as much as possible. And this was a scene that was really, the blueprint was really laid down in Nate and Shane's tracks, where they knew in advance that we'd have to do a lot of panning. Because to keep everything in the center channel, and when a character is already gone, the cameras move past them. I always think the Nazi Dr. Dolittle line, we have ways of making the animals talk. And Anne is off camera at that point. And we can't just have her in the center channel, but Lauren is already continuing to move down. So having access to no longer using the mix tracks and going strictly, this set the tone of what we wanted to do. Have every individual mic going so that at any point Tom had the ability to place a character where he wanted on screen, even at different depths in the frame. Where I think about that hallway on the 8th floor is that we might have a conversation going on in the front, but there's also people talking in the background. And it's like working on an animated film where you have multiple voices going at the same time, and the mixer has to sort of place it not only in the sort of the left and right axis, but also like the depth of field. It's going back to what Will was saying about cinematography, is that there's a depth of field in audio as well. And sonically, we have to place people a little bit farther back, but not, we want to hear them. We can see Dick in the background, but we still want to hear him every once in a while, even if we're not making out every single word.
Saturday night, its own kind of entertainment. It's abstract and fun, avant-garde.
There's also a copy.
Gilda, come on. We need you for rehearsal.
Because there was so many mics open, and the way Jason directed these scenes is he had the actors all stay in character the whole time. And so there's all these little things happening that sometimes Jason didn't even know about. We would solo a microphone and he goes, "That's what they're saying back there?" And it was really funny because, these guys are all, guys and gals are amazing actors, and they're all living their lives as these characters basically. And it was a wonderful thing to be able to, have access to every single actor having a microphone. And our Steve Morrow, our production sound mixer, did such an incredible job, just getting that recorded at all, but recording it well. Yeah. Kind of a miracle.
You're so fluffy.
Hey, come on, Andy.
You caught my Nazi Dr. Dolittle? He has ways of making the animals talk.
I'll check with the runner.
Check again. Packages addressed to Al Franken and Tom Davis.
I don't know what to
How
tell
do you
you,
lose
fellas.
28 gallons of blood?
And what's great, I'll say about the Wonder shot, what you're mentioning of the sort of the hearing things that when no one's no one's on screen yet or no longer on screen, is that during that Wonder shot is great, because I'm thinking of when what clued me in was the spray paint can, and that was picked up, I think, off Lorraine's mic. Is that so many of the characters, you go to the isolated mics. I'm thinking Gilda sitting in the dressing room, and you can hear the actors, getting closer, the people who are talking, and the moment that she hears that they're approaching, and that means the camera's nearby. Ella is already in character at that point and starting to act before the camera even shows her, which then allowed us to then really keep her energy, keep her presence going before we see her on screen and then well past she's off screen. Because I even think of like Dick and Lauren. It's like the camera's already in her dressing room and we're still hearing bits and pieces of Dick and Lauren still talking, because even though they're off camera, their conversation is still going somewhere in that universe. Those characters are continuing to talk, and we had, we could put that in there, which was, it continues to add to the chaos and really making it feel almost like verite to some extent of you are actually been placed in that studio. You are the VR person walking through the 8th floor of 30 Rockefeller.
Yeah, it's a lot of show.
It won't fit.
We don't know that.
I know that. The dress rehearsal was 3 hours.
Audrey thinks we're tight.
Audrey thinks it's time to make some tough decisions, actually.
Lauren, just cut some things.
No, we will.
Still in the show?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, tripped over my penis.